Hello, everyone, and welcome to morning coffee break. I hope everybody's okay. I'm running late. This will probably come out a little late today. I had my infusion yesterday, and uh, I don't know. I started feeling a little rough last night, and then this morning my stomach's bothering me some. But that just tells me that the Entivio is trying to do its job because I think I had been in a little bit of a flare. Uh, for several days before this, but I was thinking, well, at least I'm getting my infusion. It'll take care of it. So that's what it's doing, I'm sure. Um, but I feel like I expected to today. Really tired, and my legs get sore for some reason, and sometimes my lower back. But my stomach's not feeling so great. But it's not bad enough to where I feel like I'm nauseated or anything. It's just I can tell something's going on. But anyway, that's over with for another 8 weeks. So it just seems like it happens faster and faster. I mean, it just seems like a few days sometimes, and I'm like, okay, it's time to go again, you know. And yet, if you notice in that video, it was so quiet in there. Nobody, one of the nurses was missing, and she was is one of the gabbier ones. I like talking. I'd much rather talk the whole time I'm there than to sit there and just look around and everybody's all asleep or just sitting there being real quiet looking at their phone. And so they know when I'm doing a video. There's no way not to know. That one kind of looked at me when I turned it over that way, but I wasn't looking at her. I was trying to just show the things on the wall, like they had a nice fall uh, setting up there and stuff like that. And uh, they have this little, it's like thing, Cousin It. It's like Cousin It, and they dress it up for each holiday different ways. It's funny, but she didn't ever say anything to me. She was upset that day. I don't know what was going on with her. She really just does the paperwork and stuff in there mainly, and stuff on the computer. But she kind of looked at me, but I think she realized I was taking a picture too because I was going like that, pressing the camera thing. But they never say nothing. I do it every time, and they know. My regular nurse, she knows what I'm doing, and the other one that's in there, she knows I do too. I was thinking I might even ask them. I don't know if they would be allowed to. Uh, I can leave with my IV because it's got a battery on it and it's got wheels, which they're always hard to roll. But I was thinking maybe they might let me take a little walk while I was having my done one day if it's not some kind of, security problem or, whatever, not security really, but if it's not allowed or something. But if not, maybe one of them, maybe my regular nurse when she's back, maybe she could go with me if I'm not allowed to go by myself and just she'll film the video with me because she doesn't mind. I know she doesn't mind. Um, But they might not want me walking around in case something was to happen with my IV or I was to fall or something like that. That's probably what they'll say. Going to the bathroom is one thing, but I can take you with me to the bathroom, but not in the bathroom, just the walk there. It's a little ways there, not real far. But they were short one nurse yesterday, the one that usually does me. Um, and she's pretty good with IVs, but she wasn't there. And the one that was there has had. I'm not. I don't get mad at her. It's not. It's it. Part of the problem is I'm so dehydrated. They said I was still dehydrated, and that affects your veins, and so it was harder to find one. They tried. She tried in both arms at the normal spots, and then it blew both times. It blew. I don't know what they looked like this morning. They were purple places on them last night. And then so and she was fishing around on it. I mean, it was killing me, really. It hurt bad. You can imagine. I mean, but so she decided not to try anymore. She's tried up to 4 times before she got it. And this one she'd done two, and she knew it was hurting me. I mean, I can't hide pain, you know, when it gets to a certain point. I can take a lot of pain, but I can't hide it. You know, the fact that it's, you know, that's hurting. You know, you don't. I didn't say anything to her, but she knew, and because she gets upset if I say it's hurting for some reason. Uh, anyway, so she said, "Well, I'm not going to try anymore. I'll get this other one that we called him the. She called him the IV Genius or something like that." And she's supposed to be really good at it, but it took her about 40 minutes, 30 or 40 minutes to get there. And so I was just waiting, you know, and then she got it right. The first one, I mean, you know, she looked all over. You know how they do, they'll push on it, feel of them, and this and that, push them around, see if they're going to roll. So she ended up about right here. You can see it in the video. And that, any place down here, or like they've given them to me even on the top of my hand here, that really, really hurts. There's no, you know, there's no meat or whatever you want to call it. Nothing. There's just skin and bone pretty much, you know. So that hurt. But if you, like I said, if you say, well, you know, I can't hardly hear him talking. I couldn't do anything but a little whisper, you know. And I try, and I didn't want to have the camera right so close to my face that, you know, so I could whisper. So if you can't hear some of it, that's the reason. Just turn your volume up and maybe you'll be able to hear it. But I had to. I can't talk in a normal voice doing that. You know, I do respect everybody else that's in there. There was two sleeping and two on their phones, besides me in there. And, you know, then with that one nurse missing, and she talks with me usually most of the time, about gardens, just different things, you know, just normal things. And so nobody was really talking, you know, without her there. She was on vacation. She went hiking in some of these mountains around here. So anyway, that's what my day was like. But today, let's see, I haven't even done well, today's Saturday, October 15th. I guess I got off rambling. Currently, it's 52 degrees. High today, 73. No chance of rain. We haven't had much rain lately. The humidity is 66%, so that's coming down some. No wind, and air quality is 55. That's moderate. So when I said there was going to be a grocery outlet haul the other day, it was big. That was the day of Logan's Awesome Snack Reviews, and I'd forgotten about it. So that's why I didn't have that come out that day. And then yesterday I did the you know, infusion one, and I wanted that to come out on the same day I had it, so people didn't think I was getting it on Saturday or Sunday or something. So today I'll finally have the grocery outlet haul that we did. So you definitely want to check that out. And also I did a short. If you haven't seen it, please check out my short last night. I did for I made some cheeseburgers, and I used, this came the other day. There's actually another one that's hot, but this came the other day. Jeff's Famous All-Purpose Seasoning and Rub. I showed it yesterday morning on morning coffee break and tried this a little bit, just tasted it. The other one's super hot. If you like hot stuff, that's what you, oh, excuse me, that's what you'd want. But anyway, I made a short of cooking the burgers and then trying it after I cooked it. Excuse me, my hiccups. Using the salt-free all-purpose. You definitely want to get you some of that stuff. I mean, I know we just tried it on burgers so far, but it was the best burger I think I've ever had, really. And Joy and Logan said the same thing. Juicy, super juicy. I don't know what, you know, I don't smash my burgers. Don't smash your burgers when you're cooking them. All your juice is coming out. You want to leave as much juice in there as you can. So it's okay to turn them, but don't smash them. And I've been so guilty of that before, doing that. But you want to keep that juice in there. And here's a picture of it. But you want to. I did a little different on the short. You know, I paused it, like, for one thing, like putting it on there, and then the next one was flipping it over and then pause it again. And the next one was me actually trying it. So I did things a little bit different. I hope you'll enjoy the way I did that short. I'm going to start putting a little more time into them sometimes, you know. Some of them you don't have to do anything to, you know, if you just take a short of a bee or a flower or something or other, you know. But if you're doing something like that, it's a little bit more involved just for a 60-second video. It actually took a while to put it all together, so I hope you'll enjoy it. And then we had the little tater tots, but these are the little like tater bucks. They're the little smaller ones like Hardee's has. We had those last night, and they're from Kroger. And Kroger, I'll tell you what, look at your stuff when you go there, especially Kroger brand. I mean, it's Kroger brand they're doing it to. They are really cutting things. Like those used to be 32 ounces. They're 30 ounces now, and they're more. They were like less than $2 at one time, and they're $2.99 now. And there's two less ounces. So they were always 32 ounces, all their fries. Now that one's 30, so I imagine I wouldn't doubt the other ones are too. You know, it just aggravates me. The ones at Aldi right now are still 2 pounds, but don't be surprised. I noticed they changed their sliced cheese from 8 ounces to 7.5 ounces at Aldi, and the slices are thinner. They're not necessarily smaller that I can tell, but they're thinner. That's just very aggravating to me. Shrinkflation. So what's for dinner? I didn't plan anything at all. I didn't even think about it. I don't know if we're going anywhere today. I know Kitty needs some breakfast foods, like her little tuna things and stuff. She always likes something like that for breakfast. So I hate to give her treats or something like that, or if she wants something like with tuna in it is what she wants. And you know, if she doesn't, she'll be wanting some treats instead of her food. She wants something good in the morning. But I don't know if we'll go today or not. I've got her some stuff. We got these little salmon. They're like, you know, the tubes, like the lickable things. And this one's salmon. It's the Kroger brand. Loves them. And she doesn't like it. We bought 2 of them thinking she'd like it. 2 packs, and that was a mistake. Never buys two packs of something for a cat when it's something they haven't tried yet, because you don't know at all if they're going to want it or not, and I should have known better. We might have corn dogs or something tonight, something easy. There's no today's tidbits that are, you know, that aren't just weather related. This is how it's going to be in Chicago, or this or that, and just, you know, stuff from around the world that's not, you know, that's going on weather related. What have I done to my glasses? Oh my goodness. I go through a rough time sometimes. I've already sat on these, but it didn't bend them really. Okay, so yeah, there's no today's tidbits, but we got nice news. There it is. Tomorrow's National Dictionary Day, honoring the birth of Noah Webster in 1758. It's got a little story about it. I don't use a dictionary much anymore. If I did, I would probably do it on my phone or something. Some more coffee here. This one says, childhood exposure to water leads to benefits later in life, study says. If there is magic on this planet, it is contained in water, anthropologist Lauren Isley once said, and according to a study from the University of Exeter, his sentiment is backed by science. The institution surveyed over 15,000 participants in 18 different countries and found that childhood exposure to blue spaces can lead to benefits as an adult, namely that spending time by coasts, rivers, and lakes as a young person leads to greater value being placed on natural settings throughout adulthood. Co-author Matthew White said parents should teach children about the dangers of water but not frighten them, since these places are beneficial to their health and well-being. The vast majority of blue space visits, both for Adults and children do not involve getting wet, so there are also many advantages from spending time near water, not just in it, he explained to The Guardian. Visits to blue spaces could also increase physical activity levels and decrease stress and anxiety, according to an earlier review published in 2011, and additional research from 2020 determined that blue spaces are associated with better moods and feelings of restoration, so it may be time to start planning a visit to your nearest body of water. I remember when we lived in Florida when I was about 5, Mom took me for swimming lessons. And I remember the first day, I got either a picture of it or I just have it. Mom had like a scrapbook thing. And I got a little award for dunking my head underwater. And it was a little duck with a ribbon on it. I remember that. Yeah. I put my head underwater for the first time. And I learned to swim. I had lessons. And we were, around water a lot, at the beach and stuff. Okay, inside the history of pawpaws and the quest to revive popularity of the American fruit. I've heard that pawpaws, but I've never had one. I've heard it before. Have you ever tried pawpaw or even heard of it? The fruit previously integral to many indigenous diets and believed to be George Washington's favorite dessert, tastes similar to mango and banana and holds the title of the largest edible fruit native to North America. I've never seen them. It's not commonly found on menus or grocery shelves, but some people are trying to change that. Sherry Crabtree, a plant breeder at Kentucky State University's Pawpaw Research Program, told The Guardian the fruit has a low profile because so much of fruit and vegetable production in the U.S. is based around being able to store the fruit for a long time and ship it long distances, which the pawpaw's quick expiration doesn't permit. She added that the fruit trees are pretty easy to grow sustainably and organically, given that they don't need many pesticides and are well adapted to the environments they're found in. They could potentially fill that flavor profile niche that fruits like mango and papaya have now, so you don't have to use fossil fuels to ship things long distance, Crabtree said. Interest is definitely growing. I've never, that's so interesting. But I guess that's why you don't see them if they go bad fast. Let them find a way to spray some kind of chemicals on it or something. They'll probably do. Pair of friends is walking from New York City to Los Angeles to raise money for unhoused people. Sam Razi and James Dill are walking more than just 1,000 miles as Vanessa Carlton sings in the popular tune. The duo is, excuse me, trekking from New York City to Los Angeles, a 2,800-mile journey to raise money for unhoused Chicago residents. They're nearly 4 months and over $7,500 in, and they've got about 2 more months to go. The pair has been hiking along state highways and sleeping in tents since June 17, documenting their journey via Instagram and a blog. Although the trip started as just a challenge to conquer, they got the idea to make it a charitable journey after meeting an unhoused person at a gas station and hearing his story. Now they have a GoFundMe set up so followers can donate to the cause. Homeless people are not respected that much and sometimes are seen as a nuisance, Dill told the Daily Northwestern. As far as charity, I can't think of anyone who needs it more. All right. That's good. And quote of the day is from Leo Tolstoy. Love alone is the only reasonable activity or pursuit of humankind. All right. All right, everybody. That's it for Morning Coffee Break. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I hope you'll press that like button. Also, subscribe if you haven't already and share this out. And hit that so you get all my videos as soon as they come out. Everybody, look out for that grocery outlet haul today. And I'll see you later on. God bless.